Hello, people. I'm back with another reading. It's been a while since I came live to do readings for you all, but I've been coming live for members. I've been doing a lot of readings for members. I have the playlist for members. Check that and see what kind. I have the daily readings for members, and I do both also reading for members all level. The daily is for level number 3 and above, and I have the detailed one is for 5, and I have all the perks. You can read the perks for each membership. And check the two playlists, the daily playlist and the members only videos. I have two playlists for members. Anyway, today's topic is a bit different, and I was inspired because of a lot of things happening in my life. And I've been chatting with this, and I've been doing a lot of interviews. And then I was like, because she's like, and then she's asking, and I've been doing a lot of interviews also to people, like for people at work, and I was like, this is a good topic to do, like especially that a lot of people are always interviewing, always going to an interview for a job, or if you want to be hired, so it's a good topic. Anyway, so I've been inspired because of a lot of things happening in my life, and we got 5 files here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remember to like and to subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment if you want to, if you want a personal reading questions or with your question or questions, and I'm gonna get back to you with a PayPal request. Once the reading is done, I'm gonna send you the reading for you only to see and me as a unlisted video on YouTube, private. Anyway, choose one, and remember, if you like any of my reading, you can send me a tip, like a thank you, and for the detailed reading. I've done a recently I've done a detailed reading here on YouTube. It's for level 5 about sex. So if you like sexual reading, you're gonna find a lot of topics in the detailed reading. It's like different pickacard about sex in one video, basically. So you can check that. Also, it's available if you're not a member, if you don't have YouTube Premium. It's also available on my Vimeo. So check you, or like you can purchase them, even the extended, because they are different topics, so you can choose it. You can I always lay another card here, another set of cards, so you can choose. It's like a different topic. Anyway, let's start. I'm gonna drink my coffee. So you've done an interview, and after an interview, you want to know what they think about you. Your voice is so relaxed. I'm like, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, sweetheart. So number one. Wait, I'm just checking something. Anyway, I just done a surgery on my eye. Like, anyway. Number one, how do they see you? I feel like number one, those people were a little bit stressed when you came for the interview. So there's something stressful that happened. Just had an interview. Oh, you did. Then this is for you, so you can choose about. So number one, I don't feel like they were irritated here. They were stressed out. There's some kind of stress or irritation. So I do feel like when you came, maybe you sensed the irritation and the stress. There was like a fight and conflict in the interview without you noticing. Between, if it was a team, for some of you, if it was a team that they interviewed you, it's not one person. Usually it's supposed to be a team, right? But some places are messy. So if they were like a team, they were like in conflict. They were in conflict, like in competition or in a conflict about you, or about why they called you for the interview, or who they want in favor to, or one person knew that this person would not like you because of your nationality, and they were like, there's some kind of beef going on in the workplace before you come to the interview. For some of you, they wanted to hate you so bad. They kind of like, for some of you, they saw you as a threat. So there's like someone who saw you as a threat, and maybe they just came into the interview, and it happens sometimes, and they're like, so that you have great potential to be on top of them, so they saw you as a threat. So I see that. I do feel like after the interview, as I said, someone tried to sabotage you. Someone said like a lot of negative things about you. They were saying that you are not the right fit. So we say like here, like it's like fashion. So I'm seeing like they said like you're not really the right fit. They did not feel that you're the right fit for the job, blah blah blah. But someone was like really saying like that you are the right fit. So there's like a lot of conflict that happened after the interview. But I feel like majority of them, they were like 80% on like rejecting you and 20% yes. So basically it was still not the final like say, but they were like seeing a lot of negative because someone's trying to say a lot of negative things, but they still didn't decide based on those negative things. They're trying to see like the bigger picture and see an interview, like interviewing other candidates, so they will see. But I see like someone trying to attack you based on something, okay? And it could be something that you said during the interview, or you were nervous or something like that. Someone just like trying to attack you. Okay. Number two, how did they see you after the interview? Number two. Okay, after the interview, they did not like you. Honestly, number two, they did not like you. They did not like you. If they were like, if they did not have any other options, they might take you because they're gonna be like in desperate need for someone. They did not like you. You could have the degree that like suitable for the position. For some of you, could not have the degree, but they're just like, for sure no, for sure no. There, majority of them, they realize that you're no because of the way you talk. Like it could be like you sounded like not experienced, or you don't have experience, and they wanted experience. It's not like something negative about you, so do not feel sad. But they notice that you're not mature enough for the, or you're not really the right fit. It's not like they attacked you for your physical appearance or anything like that. For some of you, it could be. I'm gonna get to that. But they saw something about like the way you talk, and that you don't know what you're doing, or maybe you sounded like you don't know what they want exactly, what is this position is like, or you don't have experience. You sounded like you don't even know. And they were like, we don't have the energy to teach this person from the start, right? And for some of you, I feel like they just felt like you're not the right fit because they had like requirement and you did not have the requirement that they needed. So you're not like a bad candidate. I don't feel like they saw you in a negative. They saw a lot of things missing. They kind of like, some of them, they were hoping that you would have, like basically you would have those other things because they saw what on your CV and they're like, oh my god, this person is perfect. But when they talk to you, they notice that no, like you don't have certain things and you need to be taught, you need to be tamed. Something about tamed as well, like you need to be controlled or tamed, something like that. So you could be like all over the place, or you have a lot of requirements from your side to them. There's something about it that they feel like you're just like messy. Number three, what did they think of you after the interview? Oh my god. You shut someone up. Like during the interview, someone got shut. Someone got shut. Like either like you roasted their ass or they got embarrassed. So maybe you embarrassed one of the team. So if they were a team, not a one person who interviewed you, or if it was one person, then that person. If it's a team, then all the team. Follow intuition every time ensures about the collective energy is accurate. The message are different. So apply to a situation. They feel like roasted. Someone feel like roasted. Either like you said something to that person while they were trying to ask you um some like weird questions, or they're trying to say things. Hey honey, they were trying to ask you weird questions, or they're trying to say things to you, like, like how sometimes like in the interview, I don't know, I've done a lot of interviews in my life, and I've met a lot of people, even like my colleagues. Sometimes when they do interviews, I see how they're doing interviews, and I'm with them. To other people, like we do interviews, and some of them, like you can sense the intimidation, where like they're jealous of you for a certain thing, like you're saying something, and they're trying to kind of project the jealousy in the interview, where they're trying to kind of like belittle you, or they're trying to ask you certain question, like they don't believe what you're saying, or they're trying to embarrass you, or they're trying to make you feel bad about yourself, or they're trying to kind of like, it's not like you can sense, like for me, I'm a psychic, you can sense that it's not the question, it's the way they said it, either the racism, the tone that they used, like when they ask certain questions, but it's not because they want to make sure, but it's like you know what I mean? There's some kind of tone behind the question. It's like the assumptions or like some kind of racism or something. There are some people who ask certain questions like that, but this person got roasted. This person got roasted like fuck. So you said something to that person, got roasted. So this person acknowledged that fact that you roasted them, and they kind of feel cheap about themselves. They feel cheap about themselves. Something like this person is very insecure, whoever this person is in the interview. So they feel very cheap. They feel disgusted of themselves. For some of you, maybe you did reject the offer after the interview, but for others of you, you did not reject the offer, but they felt cheap. You said something that made them feel cheap during the interview in front of the other colleagues. So they felt like very connected to you. So after the interview, a lot of them felt very connected to you, like you understand what they want, like you are in the same page, like you understand what they want. You almost like you said everything that they want before they say it. Like you, for example, if they ask you about like what do you think that we're expecting from you, and you said exactly what they were expecting, or what is the title really requires, or what they needed for this job, like you had everything that they really want and more. And you like really like open-minded, something about your open mind in certain things, like they said certain things, or they were not really, they were maybe not prepared for the interview, and you went with it even though they were like they feel like for some of them they feel they know that this person attacked you, and they feel like they really respect that you really like were open-minded, and you kind of ignored this person and roasted this person in a professional way. Also something, some of them really appreciate something to this person because they could be all also not liking this person like personally. My connection is unstable. Let me drink my coffee till the connection get better. So they could be really, for some of you, I'm hearing like all of them, they are really, some of them they don't like this colleague because this colleague do something. So they really like that you did something about it. Some of you, they are person because they lost you, because maybe for some of you you rejected this job or you cannot reject this job, and they understand that it was because of a failure that happened here, and maybe you were like offended, something like that. But I don't feel like they feel like you are the perfect fit and they cannot find someone else other than you, so maybe they don't want to show you that. But there's some kind of sadness of like maybe they cannot have you, or like you're gonna reject them. For others of you, maybe they feel like the final like team say, because I'm seeing two group of you, but like they wanted you, but let's say this person who's disgusting got the final say, and this person said no, but they're really trying to say that you are the right fit, but this person was like not fair. There's something here, like there's a fight about like they really want you and they all see it, but there's something like negative here also. But this is how they're seeing you. This is how they all like you. Someone here is like you as well, but this person is like very intimidated or roasted. Number 4, what do they think of you after the interview? They think that you know how to talk. Like you know how to talk. You know how like you made it easy. Like you're not someone who's like, I don't know, like you're not like that. Like you're not like, okay, talk about yourself, say something, whatever their questions where, because there's like basic interview questions and there's questions that sometimes people put there. um I had my manager, we done a lot of interviews, and I really hate it when people went for interviews. I always take them because I know you're gonna spend a lot of time asking those people, poor people, questions and candidate questions, and they just get stressed out because he asked like a lot of questions. I don't know why he's trying to prove, because prove that I know how to do a better interview or something like that. I don't know what you're trying to prove. We're not competing about interviews questions, you dumb idiot. So I was like asking the basic questions that I need. I'm not gonna like sit there and just like act bossy and ask a lot. But something here about you, so maybe they did not ask a lot of questions, but they asked you like the most simplest questions, which can make a lot of people have a lot of anxiety. Because the simplest question is like either can like it shows a lot of personality. Let me explain it to you, because I've done also interviews. It's like here what I'm seeing, they've done this technique where they ask you simple questions because they want to see your personality character. So you can go with like one sentence, and then get like silent. If they were looking for a character in this like job, not just like doing computer work, or they wanted to see if you really know what you wrote in, like they wanted you to speak about what you really know, and you're like, I know that, and no, 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 then there's something off. Like, you know what I mean? Then you have other candidate who want to do a lot of interviews. They love that they ask you to summary of your job or what you know in the CV, explained it. It sounds like you know what's on your CV, because sometimes people forget what's on their CV, especially if you applied for a while and you forgot. It's like, oh, and then they're like, we wrote this on your CV. It's like sometimes people forget like the lies that they wrote, but you were like literally just like so honest, and you spoke without them asking several questions. Like it's almost like they run out of questions because you answered everything that they want. You were like just you were spoken. So they love that you were spoken. Also, they love that you got like this mystery look about you, or like very professional mystery look. So people are like really feel like very like you're very respected. So I feel like there's something here weird about this interview, because after the interview they had this weird vibe about you. The weird vibe is not negative, but it was like chills. Was chills, like chills. They got like chills and they got scared. Or not scared, like they felt like this person got like, how like we say like someone got in a room and then you feel like they're present. So I feel in taking control or situation. So they notice that you have like this intimidation, like like people get intimidated by you. They're not intimidated of you in the interview, but they notice that you have this present where you can talk about yourself and your face and your features and your body language and how you talk and how you answer really fast and how you talk. Even if they're like a group, sometimes they do this group thing to just see how you handle things. And then they're like, a lot of them you spoke to everybody, even if they were like asking questions here and there, and you spoke to everybody like I don't know, you're your own person, something like that. But they feel like you have some authority, or you can do something, or you already have authority in your old job. But they really like that. But there's like this mystery. Also, some of them, they really want to know more, or they feel like they did not ask more questions. They ask you like during the interview, as I said, like there's something here shut them down. Not about you being negative, no, because you spoke about whatever they were like. Basically they felt not prepared for you. They were not ready for someone like you, because they were trying to ask you questions and then you answered all the basic questions that they have like inside their brain. It's almost like you know what they're gonna ask, and so you answered it all in like the symbols, like talk about yourself, and you said everything. And they felt really weird. They didn't want to like say okay, thank you. They did not know what to say. So it's almost like they felt like this present where they felt like you're their manager, not them like interviewing you, something like that. So they really, someone here that or spoke about how you have a really like, compared to other candidate, you have like a present. So again, the mystery here, so they're like they have a lot of questions, because you are like, you don't make sense. You don't make sense for some of you. It could be you don't make sense because of the knowledge that you have, the work that you do, your CV, because you do all of that. But they kind of like have a lot of personal questions probably, and they feel like they don't know if they should ask or not. Personal questions about you, for example, or just an example. For example, it's like, how are you, like you doing that and that you're great at that, and then you did that, or you worked there, or you do that, why you didn't, for example, study this major in college, and instead of that, why you did, like, because your CV looks like you're so good at certain things that it's not very highlighted. It's like they're just amazed, like, but they feel like it's not the right place for them to ask. Like, you wrote everything on this CV, they're not gonna ask about your life, like why you didn't finish a master's degree here, why you didn't that, because you're so good at this. Like, we see your work, like that. What I mean, like they feel like they want to know more or ask more, so they might call you again to know more. But I do feel like they have a positive impression about you, and they really, some of them think like you're very beautiful, or something about your physical appearance, that you look really well put together. But something about your authority, you look like someone who can work in a government position or something like that. They really, 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 really feel like you have a strong presence. So name number 4 was good, right? Number 5. What do they think about you after the interview? Oh. Let me drink my coffee. Number 5. Okay. Those people really, those people, they don't want you for the job. They don't want you for the job. It's not like because you're bad or anything like that. This is disgusting, but let me tell you. If it's a team like who interviewed you, not a one person, they were jealous of your physical appearance or who you were or what you can do in the job. So some of them, they really did not like, they if it was a team, not because in some places they interview you like one person and then one person, like, different places, different ways of interviews and shit. Like, I don't like the messy way, but some of them, they felt like you're very intimidating, or like you can take a position, or you are good looking, and they did not want you because of your good looking. So they noticed a lot of good looking thing here, or like they were like really jealous of you, really really jealous of you, and they knew that you're so good. So they're trying, maybe you sensed it during the interview, they're trying to put you in a wrong, or put you in the wrong, or like make you not know something, or make you like talk, like they're trying to play the words basically. They do feel like you are the right fit, and they know for sure if you came to this workplace that you're gonna take higher position, or you're gonna take some position, or a position that they don't want you to take, because they had to do this interview but they don't really want you. So some of them, I feel like if they were like the first people who to interview you, and then later on the manager will interview you or see you, because somebody is doing that, then they were trying to do anything to put you in a negative light that you said something. So they're trying to sabotage you. Even if you came to work, and after, like, if you stay there for like training, or for before, like you get like, as you get stable, like for 3 months or 6 months, they gonna try to get you like terminated, or like basically not be there forever, because they're gonna try to put you in trouble. I do feel like they're threatened by something here. They're very threatening. You can see the snake here. So definitely a lot of threat. I do feel like for others of you, it's not all of them. One of them at least was just very threat of you, but the rest want you. So they're trying to talk shit about you, but they can't. They sound just stupid. And I feel like if they were trying to say something negative, or they did say something negative about you during the interview, they did sound stupid even to the people who there. Basically, if they gave like your note after the interview to the manager or something like that, what they wrote about you, they sounded dumb about what they wrote about you, because obviously you know better, or it was so clear to whoever interviewed you other than that, or a higher position, like if they were interviewing you and there was like a higher person there, something like that, it was so clear that they done something wrong, or they're trying to sabotage you. It was so clear to them. For some of you, maybe you did point that, or you said something, or you sent an email, or you pointed something about their behavior or something like that. For some of you, maybe you did, or you said something about how it was like mess, or like you said something, like maybe you did say something like in the interview, like, I don't understand why you ask me these questions, or those questions, or like something like that, that really highlighted something. But I do know some of you, your existence or this interview highlighted some behavior around you or those colleagues. For others of you, if you've done this interview and you didn't get any answer yet, they might answer you, and you might get the job, but be worried about those people, because the higher person know that you're the right fit, and they cannot decline you, because they need a person for this job, and you look like the greatest fit. And maybe they try to sabotage a lot of people before you, but it's like then they're gonna like get like, basically they're getting clear, because why you're trying to sabotage a lot of people for this position. Like if this interview, like you're interviewing this, like this is the fourth person, and then before you try to sabotage a lot of people, and then like how come like a lot of people just working with you two or three, and then they get like fired, or they get in a situation. So I don't feel like for others of you who made this interview, but those people who made the interview and the hire manager gonna agree that you come to the job no matter what they say, because I don't trust them. But be aware from snakes in this job, right? Yeah. Thank you for watching. So I don't interview today, but I know what they're gonna say. Um, but the thing is, I've done an interview before. It was like very toxic. Was something like that. Because it was like similar to this energy. Yeah, it's this. It is this one, and actually, this. And then I did not shut up about it. I did not shut up about it because they were trying to sabotage me, and I'm a psychic, and they done a test. Who does a test for you in the interview? And the test is like very stupid because she was saying a lot of stupid shit in the test. Like she done a test for me for letters and the CMS system and stuff like that. And she was saying dumb shit that I was like holding myself from laughing because she doesn't even know how the system works. And they were trying to sabotage me. They were trying to do shit. And I'm reading their mind the whole time. And then she said like, in this position there's like 6 girls before you or men or whatever their gender, and they did not they did not finish here because, and I acted so dumb when I talked to them. I'm like, oh really, why is that, like why is that, I'm nervous, like I'm so scared. Like I just said that because I wanted to say something about it because I saw what happened. And then she said because they were like by mistake, and then we terminate this person training. Like she was saying a lot of stupid shit, and then I noticed what she was doing. She was trying to not have anybody in this job, and this girl was so stupid. She sent me an email for the to write an email, and then after I finished, of course I finished the interview, and they were like asking me personal questions, like to just like get in my business. I like, you don't mess with me, you don't know me, I'm elanooud, you don't fuck with me, you don't fuck with me. After the interview, I could like, I had her email and I had the CC for it. Like basically they made the interview before without their manager. The manager, like the supervisor, they did not make the interview with their manager. There's another purpose. Like why not make the interview with your manager? Why would you do an interview alone and say like tell your manager like after like we decide then you can meet whoever? Like no. I and I roasted their fucking ass. I said, first of all, how the system works like that and that. And second of all, so clearly that this is what you're gonna do. So I declined the stupid fucking job because clearly you're gonna waste my fucking time. And then I put a lot of notes about how she writes an email and how they're working. And I exposed the whole interview in details because I do interview myself. I said, they asked me that and that and that and that. Then I put their decline this job. I don't want it because I'm not gonna get in this fucking stress. But yeah, honestly. But today I had a really good interview, another job. I have my job, but I want to change it. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Bye.